B.W.O. 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 Brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. In this world, things get hard cause we been blinded by ignorance, man. Fear the unknown to progress is a hindrance. Silence is consent, so let your voices be heard. Man, we brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. Bringing light to the dark, revolution is an art. Man, a lot of people talk, but they ain't never walked apart. Gotta shine a light on poverty and fight against injustice. And always speak the truth when the enemy's amongst us.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is January 12th. We're coming to you live from Winchester and Tampa Bay, where we get rid of these Bucks today. Y'all know what time it is. Just like Derrick Henry and the Ravens, it's time to run over these guys. I wanted to make a little comment talking about Tampa's going to end like LA, but it's a little too early for that. But we're going to get right into it with local sports, which it wasn't a lot because there's a big snowstorm in the area. And then after that, you know, Twin got his parlays, let y'all know how he's doing and how it's going to go. And then we're going to get right into this LA madness over there in Cali. Let's get it, fellas. B.W.O. back in action.
So, Chris, how's Tampa first and foremost? Because everybody, let them know you're at the game today. Is it warm down there?
Yeah, I'm going to the game tonight. I'm down here in Tampa just for the game. It's nice. The weather's nice. And that's good for the Bucks because they already on vacation. We're sending them home with Mr. Rookie Jaden Daniels. And then we're going to get ready. We're going to get ready for who we play next week, which is probably going to be the Rams.
Chris,
or Green Bay, because I got Green Bay beating Philly, but I ain't the one to do the parlays. I just give y'all my thoughts and insights.
Well, we could
Green Bay beating Philly.
Just try to move around and get a little better connection.
Beat Philly today.
But okay, we'll start with
apartment building.
So we'll start with local scores. Everybody there, like Chris said, there was not many games because we had a snowstorm in the area. So there was one game in Virginia, Meridian against Brentsville, and everybody already can probably predict the score of this one. It was a 105-25. Meridian won Friday night. And then there was a couple West Virginia games because we don't want to forget about them on Friday night. Spring Mills defeated Musselman 74-33, and Martinsburg over Hedgesville 39-36.
That's pretty close.
3 games in the area. Well, Spring Mills is legit. Like, they're good. I mean, so is Meridian. Not taking it from them, but Brentsville's just, me and Wade was talking about this, they're horrible. They're basketball. I don't think they score over 30 points a game.
Sounds like they need to just cancel the basketball program and just focus on football.
Hey, you never know from year to year. They might bounce back. But I'll go ahead and say games that are coming up this week. On Tuesday, you have Jefferson against Briarwoods, Washington versus Musselman, and Spring Mills versus Morgantown. That should be a good one. They're both undefeated right now.
Who's that? Springfield, Morgantown?
Yeah, Spring Mills.
Spring Mills in Morgantown?
Yeah.
When did they start playing Morgantown, man? Like, Morgantown's not around the corner.
So 2 hours
it's a kick.
Yeah.
Even from them, it's still a kick.
Right.
But they've started playing them here recently. But it's probably because competition. You know,
Right.
like Morgantown's usually really good.
And Hanley don't schedule those schools over there. They scared.
All right, now, I don't know if it's about being scared. It has other things to do with it.
Right. State thing, too.
Yeah, because they don't count towards well, I mean, I guess it does count towards your record.
I mean, it's a non-district game still. You know what I mean?
A different state.
I just like picking on Hanley, man, because we don't play Martinsburg and Spring Mills, and that's disappointing. That's all.
So
that's just like riding to Strasburg, you know what I mean?
It's right down the street.
So in Virginia, we have, hopefully everybody play, Tuesday. We have Brentsville versus Manassas Park. That'll be a freaking barn burner. Ward County plays Kettle Run, Millbrook plays Liberty, and Fauquier plays Skyline. And then further down the road, I believe this is Friday night, Hanley hopefully plays Kettle Run. They're supposed to at home. Warren County plays Sharando, Jameswood plays Millbrook.
Is it more snow in the forecast or something? Or
who knows? But that'll be your up and coming games this week. So moving on, we are discussing, I don't know, y'all, what these California fires y'all want to discuss.
Yeah, we could just chat on it, you know what I mean?
Yep. So Chris, you can start off, I guess. You have a lot of theories or whatever, for these California fires going on in the Palisades and all that crap.
Well, the Palisades is pretty much gone, sadly. Los Angeles is halfway gone. I just think it's crazy how these things usually start right after the first of the year, and almost every year for the past 8 years it's happened in Cali. But this one is extreme because it's actually burning down lots of places in California that have a lot of people in them. Over 180,000 people were evacuated just from the Palisades area. People like J.J. Redick lost his home, Steve Kerr's family's home, Kawhi Leonard's home, but those are just people we know of. It sucks for all the people like you and me that just losing homes and have nowhere to go. And then on top of that, the insurance companies canceled all of their insurances 3 months prior to this. So I know it's not just random. It's not Mother Nature. And it's not no one random dude that walked down the woods and started a fire. But I'll let you guys get into how you guys think about it, because you know me, I definitely think that this was planned. And even if you Google and look at Los Angeles 2028, it says Smart LA, a new city. So it's a little wild to me, man, how everybody kind of believes only what they see and hear on Fox and CNN and stuff, when the reality of the fact is there's also a lot of people that live out there that have lost homes that are on the Diddy and Epstein list. Where's that evidence? Well, it's gone.
Well, that's what I was going to say is, like, it's awfully funny, all this Diddy and everything going on, accusations. And of course, where do all of them live? Where these fires are.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the first conspiracy I get, it's like, all right, now who was this on purpose to burn evidence of it? So that's my first thought on all these fires. Wayne?
I mean, I agree with you guys. I mean, it's more so of getting rid of evidence. I go back into saying, like, California shouldn't even have never been a state. In the middle of California, if you research it, it used to be like a lake or like a river. And because of like the rainfall not happening so much in that area, it kind of basically dried up, and the remaining water that was in California just kind of drifted off into the Pacific. Mm-hmm. So that allowed people to build that part of land up and make it a state, added a state. And it's just kind of odd and weird that all your rich and wealthy people live in these areas, man, and do a lot of things that are so-called not right.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're trying to just destroy California in a way, it seems like. I mean, you have earthquakes, you have wildfires, you have mudslides. They're also talking about tsunami possibly happening, coming from the Pacific. I mean, who knows, man? And, they can call us conspiracy theorists, but, it's just our opinion. That's why we're B.W.O. That's how we bring it. But I'm going to pass the mic to my brother Zed and see what he thinks about it.
Well, it is kind of strange, like with all the things going on, that place is on fire, with all the wild stuff going on in Hollywood. But like for homeowners, though, if you buy a house, the bank owns it, so that mortgage is supposed to be insured. That's what I don't understand how it works. Like how you buy a home, because the insurance is for the bank. The bank owns it.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy a house, it has to be insured. That's why I don't understand how they can pull out. Like, that's hurting the banks, and
well, they
can't do that.
What they did was they're not covering like fire insurance, right? Because they can cover certain things. And that's the thing they pulled. Yeah. Like, we're not covering fire for fires.
Yeah, but until you pay it off, the bank owns it. So I would think the banks would lean on the insurance companies to protect their investment.
Right.
Yeah,
And
true.
I don't. That's why I don't understand how they can do that.
Yeah.
If you own the house, I can see it, but until it's paid off, the bank owns it. So
Yeah.
they're not.
Well, who's to say like the banks don't have like some kind of policy that they took out on it? You know what I mean? You got
Yeah,
to understand as the homeowner, you got to carry insurance yourself.
yeah.
But like you said, the investor possibly also has a policy out on it too. So no matter what, I don't think the investor is probably going to lose out. The investor is probably going to come up off the insurance scam. And then the people that actually live in the actual house, they're screwed.
Yeah,
Like all the wealthy people Chris was naming,
yeah.
the Harry Macks, everybody that lived out in that area.
Hmm.
There'll be like relief money,
Yeah. It'll be some kind of relief funding,
but it'll go to the banks because a lot of
not
those
to the
houses the
actual people.
banks own. The
Yeah.
people don't own them yet. I mean, until you get that title, it's not your house.
I
It's the
wouldn't doubt
banks.
it if I saw a lot of these residents end up, in civil suits,
Yeah,
trying to get the worth of their home back.
Yeah, you're right. So, look, well, guys, let me give you a little bit of statistics that's been updated in the area of California where these fires are happening. So, across Los Angeles area, it's killed at least 16 people and destroyed more than 12,000 structures within a 60 square miles. And then, of course, the high winds didn't help at all because what they say, winds was up to like 100 miles. This is what I've heard.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's true or not, but
I don't remember hearing that high.
yes,
They were pretty crucial.
yeah. I mean, still 10 miles an hour.
I'm thinking probably maximum like 30 mile per hour winds, possibly.
I mean, wind blowing regardless doesn't help.
Yeah.
Remember, of course, a fire going on. So
wind, water, and fire, man. You just can't stop them.
So then, of course, more than 150,000 people in Los Angeles are under evacuation. In the Palisades and Eden fire zones, and crews from California and 8 other states have responded. Even Canada and Mexico are helping. A whole other 2 other countries are sending crew to help. So, of course, that's destroyed. The Palisades Fire is the largest of the 2. It has engulfed 23,654 acres of land.
And we can't even truly imagine how much that is.
I know. And then the Eden fire has covered 14,117 acres in northern LA County. So add that together.
It's not just houses, it's businesses, schools, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That businesses don't recover a lot of time.
Everything from all their shopping centers to restaurants, like you said, Zeb, schools, everything has been burned down.
It won't come back. You saw people lose their businesses over the COVID-19.
And none of our businesses overall have been the same since then.
Well, think about this, where it's just completely destroyed by a fire. It's over, man. You have to rebuild it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's crazy. You guys remember?
Well, that goes back to, I'm sorry, Chris, but that goes back to you can ask the smart city or smart LA, whatever you're talking about, they're playing. Like you feel, this is happening because they want to rebuild the whole city.
How crazy is that?
Of LA.
Los Angeles is the second biggest city in the country behind New York. And on top of that, a lot of those celebrities and stuff, their homes are burning down. But those people like Tom Hanks and Miley Cyrus and all them that I've heard about their homes burning down, that's not their only home. That's the one where they're near Hollywood and have all the evidence and all the crazy stuff that goes on out there, I believe. But they have homes all over the place because those people are just very wealthy. And you know what I mean? They have different homes in other parts of the country and other islands and countries themselves. So I don't think it affected them as much as people are thinking. It affected the everyday people like us four and people with kids and families, man. It's crazy. But you guys remember when we was kids, Tony, Tony, Tony? One of my favorite songs. What did it say? It never rains in Southern California. Ain't that crazy? It don't rain over there where all this stuff is happening.
Well, there's no water. They're trying to put fires out, but they don't have a lot of water.
Yeah, which is crazy. They don't have any water in the fire hydrants and stuff. Now, you can't tell me that wasn't set up like that. How would they not have water?
Yeah, I heard 2 billionaires that pretty much control all the whole water system out that way. Like they cut off the water supply or some
Shut the
shit
water
like that. They
off.
shut it off. Like,
Shut the insurance off.
yeah, man. It's like, whoa, man. Like, huh? What are we doing here?
Well, they'll just say we're in a drought. We have no water.
But
You know?
like we were just
Man,
talking
we
about the
all know
roads.
water is free. It's
Now-
good. It just flows like that.
But
bro.
out west, right? Because you have the Hoover Dam out there,
That's
so a
in
lot of cities
Arizona.
run off that. Yeah, you know the Hoover Dam because that's a huge water supply.
So they're getting their water from another state, man.
Mm-hmm. So, but man,
Two things for me, real quick, fellas.
but you
California stretches, if it was on the East Coast, it stretches from New York City to Atlanta, Georgia. That's damn near the whole East Coast, which it is in California. Like the West Coast is, California makes up the whole part of the coast except for Oregon and Washington.
Mhm.
For it to burn like that and be all crazy, imagine if that was happening on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be multiple states on fire, like from New York to Georgia, basically.
But there's definitely lots of forests and trees and everything out there in California and stuff. But like on the East Coast, up and down, there's definitely the same, geography where it's trees and woods and stuff everywhere. But in New York City, they can't burn it down because it's all buildings and stuff. So I was telling Wayne earlier this week that I was like, man, if they take us out, it's gonna have to be a man-made tsunami.
Mm.
But like I was saying earlier, man, like California wasn't even like a state though, bro. It was basically water, man.
Well, yeah, but how long ago was this?
I mean, it's hard to tell how long ago it was, but still.
Well, that's why
you got to think
San
about
Francisco's called
something.
49ers because of 49.
But you got to think of a place that used to be water, man, and then we just build up on it, man. Like
It's always a bad idea.
yeah,
Well, they're below sea level, right? A lot of California.
I don't know about that.
I'm not.
That's where Chris is. Florida's
definitely
like
Florida.
Sea level.
You're sinking as we speak
Florida
right now,
Florida.
Chris.
Yeah, to me, like,
Manhattan's sinking, I'll be honest. But you know what's crazy is I always wondered too how that island and there's nothing but huge skyscrapers and buildings all over that.
Now, what's it?
The weight of the land down.
You talking about New York?
People, so many cars, so many trucks, and so many buildings. It just goes up and up and up and all over that island of Manhattan is going underwater, and eventually it might disappear.
Because in that area, man, there's no way to build outward, so everything has to be built upward.
Yeah.
And that's why you see nothing but towers when you look over New York, man. And that to me is like, it just thinks of two words: natural disaster, man, because everything's right on top of each other, man. It's gonna take out everything, bro.
Think about a virus, like something real bad.
Yeah.
All those people living on top of each other, man.
Right, man. I mean, we can just remember 9/11, like when one building collapsed, man, it takes out a lot of fucking shit, bro. Like, you gotta think about everything that's real close to it. I mean, once that structure falls, it's gonna knock into that structure, then that structure is gonna collapse.
Like dominoes.
It's a domino
And that's
effect.
good you guys said that, because that's how it should have happened. And we're not gonna get into all 9/11 right now, but they fell straight down. Man-made. No building don't fall straight down.
That's someone who knew the blueprint of that building.
Well, they say it was a explosion. It was, like you said, man-made, or it was done on purpose.
Yeah,
explode, because people come out, your videos hidden and everything, talking about they heard explosions.
Yeah.
You're talking about in the Twin Towers or right now?
Yeah, the Twin Towers.
Because in California, I've also seen videos and heard things. Obviously, we got
all the same
type of stuff, and people are like, they've heard bombs and explosions going off, and next thing you know, there's fires everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
then I heard, like, when they turn around and hit the Pentagon, I heard that was like the Pentagon was under investigation at the time, and they're like, okay, let's wipe the Pentagon out. And there goes more evidence for whatever they were trying to investigate on the Pentagon.
Yeah, that was bombs or whatever too. It was bombed.
And the Pentagon, which is near where I grew up, where you guys live, obviously a plane can't fly that low, first of all. And second of all, the Pentagon had miraculously couldn't find $4.2 trillion.
Yeah.
They couldn't figure out what happened to it, supposedly. And a week later, the Pentagon gets hit by a so-called plane, which no plane can fly that low. So I'll leave that up for you guys in the audience to discuss. But life is crazy, man.
Well,
We're, we're,
it's
we're lied to every single day, and we're deceived all the time, and it's hard for any of us to know what to believe and not to believe. That's why we love to
I
give
mean,
our opinion.
I like to look at it because that goes into like our national security, like air defense. I always thought, like, how did they allow a plane to get that low into the city of New York without catching it? And two
How
plane, you see what I'm saying? Like our National Guard or Coast, Navy that guards our borders or whatever with all this thing. How is plane? Once it supposedly hits restricted airspace, or even close, they should be warned, right?
how is there drones and people are saying they
Well,
don't know
yeah.
what they are? We
And
started off with drones and a fire, man.
was
That's in
that
2025. It might be the end times.
Yeah.
yeah?
The
So have you
start of the
touched?
end.
I just showed
Slow
Wayne.
descent.
So have you just dove into something because I
It's
just
a
read in
slow
this.
descent. It's not going to happen overnight like the world's going to end. We're just going to slowly go downhill.
Yeah.
So Zeb, I'll piggyback off that because I just read in the same article that dozens of drone incidents disrupt firefighter efforts in California. So I'll go on a little bit. Y'all could chime in. It says firefighters battling the flames from above. Air tankers are dumping thousands of gallons of flame retarded as super scoopers and helicopters drop massive amounts of water on the Palisade fire. But complicating the attack are drones.
They're getting
I just want to pause. Complicating the attack, the way it's worded there.
They're probably talking about attacking the fire.
Yeah.
I hope.
I hope. So over the last few years, we have seen an increase in personal drone activity. A fire spokesman said, Chris Harvey, the message we try and get out to the public is, if you fly, we can't. So, of course, they have drone issues, drones flying around as the fires are going on. They say they're getting in their way. I know Wayne's all about these drones.
Yeah, who's controlling those drones, Wayne?
It says 40 incidents involving drones, forcing firefighters to temporarily ground air operations.
Yeah.
To fight the
Actually,
fire.
Wayne, it might be hard to answer just a question of who's controlling these drones. But let me ask you this, twin. Whose family and brother owns a big ass drone company?
Well, I've said this on a previous episode of ours, man. Elon Musk, his brother owns his own drone company. And what a coincidence that Elon is trying to manipulate the government with these drones. I just find that that's a coincidence tied in together right there. Elon Musk's brother, him, Trump, all the shit that's going on in the air. I couldn't talk for a minute. I had a little episode moment right there.
All of this stuff, fellas, is happening right before Trump takes over his position on the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's hard for us to really know what to believe, man.
And then another little, this Harvey said, I guess he's the fire chief or something. He said, there's no proven method to stop these drones that we can deploy on in an incident like this in a real blanket fashion to keep all the drones down. That technology just doesn't exist yet at that level. So there's no way they can like stop these drones.
Because the people controlling them have the most technology. Elon Musk.
We don't have the technology.
But where's our aircraft defense, though? Like, there's nothing that we can do to just shock these drones and just, just crush whatever wiring that's inside of these drones to not make them able. Like, we should be able to do something in the air to disable a drone, man.
Oh, they can. They could use an EMP attack.
It's like they don't want to do anything about it because they're the ones that are behind it.
Exactly.
So, with that being said, that's just fear and control of our lives, man. Like, but I'm not scared, and I'm not gonna let nobody control my life. I'm just gonna just do me, man. I mean, if it happens, it happens, man. It was meant to be, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
When do you guys think the new virus is going to officially be released on us?
It's in China right now. I heard
they always
in China.
blame it on China.
That's why
do you think that's crazy? How we always blame it on China?
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Yeah, man.
But when not to
it is weird
that too much because it all ties in together, like we always say. But we always blame things on China and Asia, but the USA is a bully. But we don't ever mess with China. We don't
Well,
mess
why do you think they do that though?
because just like people in school, they bully on people they think are weaker than them, and that's all the USA does. But they don't go in and try to have battles with Russia and China. But they like to talk smack about them. What else? What else happened this week, fellas? Who got $500 million?
I have no
Who
clue.
as a country give $500 million to again?
A
probably
country?
Israel.
It has to be
Ukraine.
Oh,
They
Ukraine.
turned around and gave them more.
Yeah, just this week, as
And
the
they-
fires were happening in Los Angeles and California. Yeah,
They just
There
gave
you
them
go.
they just gave them like an additional $738 million in weapons. And we turned around and gave them $500 million in cash.
Hmm.
Hey man, explains why my taxes are looking funny on my check. From bi-weekly to
Check
bi-weekly.
that face though.
What's going on out here,
We
man?
stopped paying taxes. Let's do
Pretty
it.
soon you'll
No
see
more
it.
taxes.
They might as well put in your check like war efforts or something, like what they
Yeah,
deduct,
for the war.
or donating.
Look, man, I'm working
to
my
foreign
ass off, man,
countries.
but I'm not seeing a difference in my pocket though, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
how come they never ask us as people in this country if we're okay with that and our money going to these things? How come they never ask us? But they're just like, oh, we're just going to help Ukraine or whoever, but we don't get a say in any of it.
Nope.
No,
Well, because they don't give a fuck. They don't take care of us.
Yeah.
And you three fellas are big on why are we helping Ukraine and any other countries? Well, we're not helping our own country. So much.
Well, yeah, that's what
poverty
we're
in this
saying.
own country.
man, what did Cat Williams say, man? Shout out to Cat, man, in one of his comedies, man. He said, "Tell me our government ain't bullies, man." He'd be like, say our name, see we don't come over there and kill all y'all. Your kids, your women, everybody. Man, American government are bullies, man. They don't give a damn, like Zeb said, man. They're gonna do what they want to do,
They're
man.
going to do what they want to do.
And Zeb, who really is doing all of this? Zionist.
Zionists.
man.
Yes.
The higher elite.
I learned about that last night. There's like a level of elites.
Yeah,
They're
man.
probably tied in with the Illuminati, the people that run this country.
I just want to.
Most of our government, Congress, Senate, everything, they're Zionist Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Joe Biden said it himself in an interview, and I can bring it up to you guys after the show if you want. But he was like, "I'm a Zionist. I'm proud to say it." And
But
that's what
like
our own president was like. I'm Zionist.
that's like an extreme group, though. You shouldn't
It
say
is.
that. That's almost like saying he's a Nazi or something.
But they're not afraid to tell us. They tell us in
They
our
shouldn't be
face,
saying
there's
that.
nothing we can do. I'll be honest. Those Zionists are taking over everything. This country was taken over.
Well,
So it makes sense that we continuously go bully and try to take over other countries and land that we can get to.
I saw a video like I think it was yesterday or the day before, man. I'm not sure how true it is, but it was a sighting of Topanga. Remember Topanga off Boy Meets World?
Mm-hmm.
And they sighted her at a WWE match, and she was throwing up like these two hand symbols, and they were like a symbolic hand symbol of a fire goddess. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of interesting because Topanga's name behind the Palisades, there's a place called Topanga Canyon. And here she is at a wrestling event with her hands up as a fire goddess. And this is what's going on in the Palisades in Topanga Canyon. I'm not saying that Topanga started the fires.
No, but they caught a man. They caught a man with a torch.
This is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm not saying Topanga started no fires.
They arrested somebody with a propane torch.
Where?
Yesterday.
Yeah, but it wasn't Topanga though, was it?
No, it was somebody. It was a homeless guy with a torch.
I love all your conspiracy there. I'm like, wait, when you said that Topanga thing, I'm like, man, that's a stretch. I'm like, she to me looked like she could be waving or something.
But when's the last sighting that you've seen of Topanga though?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden,
weird,
Topanga
right?
just comes out of nowhere. And they said in this video, there's a guy that's sitting behind her with like this certain color shirt, and this certain color shirt it added up to like some building. I couldn't remember the name of the building, man. I'd have to look at that video again, but yeah, man, it was just a coincidence.
It was a
man.
blue and white striped shirt.
Yeah, it was a blue and white striped shirt.
Horizontal stripes.
Secret society.
There's a building. There's a historic building that is painted just like that shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I got to remember the name of that building though.
So I shouldn't wear a blue and white horizontal striped shirt.
No, I'm just saying it's just one of those conspiracy theory things.
But it's
man.
kind of funny.
I'm not saying I'm a conspiracist theory kind of person, but it's just kind of odd that
It's
happens.
a strange coincidence.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to throw that out there, man.
So these Zionists, these elite, who leads this whole thing, the Zionist thing, this movement?
It's been happening for years.
You'll never know that guy.
Yeah, you'll never have that answer.
That guy, he just in Walmart wearing pajamas. He rules the world. Like he blends in. You would never know. No, you blend in with people.
Oh yeah, a lot of them.
It's true because Tony, you could be in Walmart and not even notice Bill Gates.
Yeah, the real rich people, elite people, they don't wear jewelry. They just blend in with people. They don't want people to know them. They're cool with their money. They're not worried about what people think.
Zeb, how many people do you really think are going to believe that some homeless man in California started all that? That's a lie. But as always, our government blames a random person to throw everything off. Like, oh, we found the culprit. Yeah, all right. Some random homeless guy did all that. Get out of here.
Well, that's what we haven't said that. It's like, how did these fires start initially? Like, what's the reason? Like, I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, but they do have fires in California all the time.
Oh, I mean, that's the thing. Out west, there's fires all the time. Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, I see Wayne. Wayne showed me the shirt the guy was wearing in some building, this blue, white stripe. So I'm like, man, that's a stretch.
It's a stretch, but I'm just saying, they said the fire started around Topanga Canyon and then into the Palisades. I just wanted to just throw that out there.
I've never heard Topanga Canyon.
We got to move on, though, fellas.
You think it's weird, though? It's the city of angels, and it looks like hell. Like fire.
Yeah.
Fire and brimstone. It's weird.
It's crazy, man.
It's like
life in general is like a cartoon episode, man. Like The Simpsons has got to be like one of the longest running cartoon episodes ever, man. And it's just funny how The Simpsons relate to like real life things, though. So I don't see that cartoon going anywhere anytime soon, bro. I think that thing will be around forever.
So Topanga Canyon, let me give you some history. You said the fire supposedly started there?
That's what they're saying.
It says in the 1920s, Topanga Canyon became a weekend getaway for Hollywood stars with several cottages built for that purpose. The rolling hills and ample vegetation served to provide both privacy and attractive surrounding for the rich and famous. During the 1960s, Topanga Canyon became a magnet to many new artists. So there you go.
Fire started there.
Take it how you wish. That's their getaway.
I don't even think that was her real name. They probably named her after that.
Yeah, they could.
That's what I'm saying. Conspiracy. What do you think?
They probably named her after it.
Yeah, but just because she's named after it.
All of these people have a heads up of what's going on and what's happening. So they already knew this was happening, but they don't tell regular people like us, and they just let us stay around and discuss it and worry about it while they're already on to their next project to take us out as people.
Yeah. Is she the new fire goddess? Who knows? I'd like to throw things out there.
She could be. I don't know.
What
I don't believe it, but you can go with it.
It's just a brother with an opinion. That's why you got your own, so.
Right.
How come California always has these fires, but Utah, Montana, Iowa, none of these places do?
Because that's where all the dirt goes down.
Well, they're more mountainous regions.
Mountainous regions.
Utah.
They don't have free thought sessions.
I get what you're saying, man.
And they're cold. It's a colder region too.
Yeah, it's a lot of cold people out there too.
I mean,
it's a lot of freaks in California.
You keep going on and on, baby. You know how I get down. But seriously,
how you going to start a fire in 6 feet of snow?
You're thinking just of the winter. It doesn't snow there all the time.
But I'm just saying.
They have summer just like Virginia and New York, dude. It's cold in New York, but it's not in the summer. It's hot. That's the same thing in Utah and Montana and shit, dude. It's the same thing in Oregon where your brother lives. It ain't fucking cold all the time in certain states. This is not Russia.
I remember that
Well,
one song. Remember that one song back in the day? It was like, "It never rains."
but not every
in
region's the same.
Exactly.
California, even where you're at, it's hot all the time
They used to
for the
tell me
the whole year. So you can't say every region is the same.
No, but we have winters and summers.
Yeah, of course they do, but they don't get nearly as cold or hot.
In
So,
California, if you look at it on the map, I just told you it's from New York City to Atlanta. It's not the same in Northern California as Southern California.
oh, of course.
In Southern California, where we just said it never rains, all of a sudden that's where all these fires have been started since 2016. They haven't always been going on. It's been the last 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a meteorologist show. We'll get into that a bit later.
We'll hire our meteorologist for B.W.O next week. We'll put that out there. So, okay, moving on. We'll discuss the NFL playoffs. Wayne, I'll let you kick this off because you love giving your parlays and everything. So last night, Pittsburgh got destroyed by Baltimore, and I can't say destroyed, but it wasn't. The game wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be. And then Texans absolutely destroyed the Chargers. Justin Herbert throwing 4 picks last night, and he'd only thrown 3 all season.
Yeah, on that game, I should have just went with my gut. Because like my mind was telling me Texans, I like them at home, but I took the Chargers because they've been playing some good ball, but that's one that I'll chalk up. I lost
different in the playoffs, right? Playoff atmosphere.
But like I said, the Ravens will just rout the Steelers. You couldn't believe it. You were like, I couldn't believe it. You think they're going to win by that much? That's what you said on the last episode, Tony.
Well, them being such big rivals, I thought it'd be a closer game.
I think Lamar's on a different level, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
he proved it last night.
I was definitely 1-1 on that yesterday, so we'll try to get better in today's matchups. We got 3 games going. We got the Broncos matchup with the Bills, which I like the Broncos still. We got the Commanders over the Buccaneers.
What's your score you predicted again?
The Broncos 23-21. I like the Commanders today over the Buccaneers in the late game, 35-31. And our other game was, who was it? The Eagles and
Green Bay.
Yeah. Yes, I took them. I believe it was 28-24 Eagles over Packers. So we'll keep a close eye on those games today, see how they play out. And then our Monday night shootout would be the Vikings game. I like them 37-34 over the Rams in a shootout. I think both.
Why do you like the Vikings?
I like the Vikings because they're at home. I think they both have.
They're not at home. That game's in Arizona.
Well,
they moved it because of the fires.
The Vikings did not have home field advantage. The Rams did.
You're right. The Rams did because I was talking about the sleeping on that. My fault. So I like the Vikings because of their defense. I think both teams have great offenses. They can move the ball at will. That's why I think it might be a shootout. But I just see the Vikings making that key defensive stop on Matthew Stafford to shoot down their playoff hope drive. So those are Twins parlay picks for the week. And stay tuned for next week's. We will preview that on Wednesday night. So stay tuned.
Do you want to talk about the Natty, the National Notre Dame and Ohio State?
Hey, I'm sticking with what I said on the one podcast. Go Buckeyes. Buckeyes are going to win the national championship.
Do you think
I said this episodes ago. So
do you think it's going to be a blowout, or you think it's going to be close?
I think it's going to be close in the beginning, all the way up until like halftime, maybe third quarter. I think Ohio State's going to come out. They're going to regroup on that defensive side. I think they're going to make a couple of key turnovers, and I think that's how they're going to pull away from Notre Dame. I like Ohio State to win by at least 10 points.
Damn.
I mean, that's not much, 10. That should be good. But I don't know. I think Notre Dame's proven themselves. People were doubting them. Yeah, but I think their defense is tough, too. I think that'll be it. I think it'll be low score. I think that game's going to be low scoring, the national championship.
It's a good opinion.
So whatever the over is, I don't know. Have you looked at? You might want to take the under.
Didn't check the unders.
So I'm not sure.
I should have just outright just chose the Ohio State Buckeyes on FanDuel like weeks ago, like I was saying.
What were their odds weeks ago? I'm sure I think they were the favorite though the whole time.
Nah, no way. The Buckeyes.
Are you sure?
Nah,
I think
Buckeyes
they were
not favorite. I know Oregon was higher than them as a favorite. It's not gonna, you can't look it up now because it's definitely changed.
Yeah, I can't now.
But Buckeyes were not sitting at number one to win the national title.
Well, I'll say this: Ohio State is a 9.5-point favorite over Notre Dame.
Well, now if you would have took the Buckeyes at the beginning of the season to win a national title, boy, your pockets is right.
I don't even think they were in the top 10. Like
I think that's a crazy statement. Ohio State's one of the best colleges every single year in football. Every year. Now, did they win it all always? No, but they're always one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah, consistently.
They recruit very well. Chris is right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going for Notre Dame, man. I think people forgot about Notre Dame because they haven't really been good since the early 90s. And they haven't even really been talked about since when Reggie Bush was at USC and they played against
I don't think
who was the quarterback for them? They was pretty good and he didn't do much in the NFL.
Talking about Matt Ryder?
Matt Lyon.
No, for Notre Dame.
Oh, for Notre Dame.
Oh shit, I can't remember.
Manti Te'o.
He got drafted.
No,
that was the Browns.
I'm talking about the quarterback. Regardless, they haven't been talked about like it's like their competition isn't this and that. They're not really in a conference, blah, 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 blah. They now have a kid coaches them who's half black, half Asian, who played football for Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's taking that mentality to Notre Dame.
Well, yeah,
I like your theory there.
Yeah, but I think Chris, what you're saying about Notre Dame, I think it's because they, like you said, their schedule. They're not really in a comp, but they do play tough game. But I think they're just known for choking here lately in big games. Like they get to the big game and then they just get blown out. But I think this team this year they're different.
It's so weird because I think we talked about this episodes ago, way ago. But Notre Dame is independent when it comes to football.
Yeah,
but
when
the basketball season comes, they're a part of the ACC.
Yeah.
Well, football too. Like
football, they're a part of the conference, but they're independent to the point where they can schedule who they want.
Yeah, they still play. They have an agreement in football with the ACC where they have to play like four opponents.
They have to play a certain amount.
Yeah, but the ACC. So partially,
they should be with Ohio State and Michigan. They should be with them.
They should be, but
that's where they should be.
Yeah.
I mean, God, Stanford's in the ACC.
I mean, based on their location, they should be in the Big Ten.
Yeah, Big Ten.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
No, USC and UCLA's in the Big Ten now. That whole college football shit is stupid. It's all about money. We've spoken about this.
Yeah, we've spoken about this.
You can't have teams in California in the Big East and vice versa.
You're going to have.
It's crazy now.
Eventually, you're just going to have what they say these mega conferences. Yeah. You're going to have like SEC, Big 12,
but you're going to have to rename them because, like Chris is saying, like the ACC.
I guess
Coast Conference. Yeah. That's what it stands for. They got SMU in there.
And Stanford.
Where's SMU? Texas.
Yeah, Stanford's in California. In
Southern Methodist
California. There's 2 California schools in the
man,
ACC.
It just don't add up. But like Chris is saying, man, it's all about money, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
So all right, fellas. Wayne done gave his parlays, put that money in, and try to win some money. We're going to enjoy the rest of our day. Chris, hey, you have fun down there in Tampa, man. Enjoy that game.
Yeah, man. Stay safe, man. Don't drink too much. Keep your head on a swivel because you know they hating on the dub.
Yeah,
because we about to get that dub, baby. Let's go, Commanders.
I'm not gonna lie, Wayne. I think you should have picked Tampa Bay to win.
Why?
Because then Washington will win. That's what he's trying to say.
I can't even hear you, man. You must be breaking up.
Hey, man, Chris, be safe down there and enjoy yourself and go Tampa Bay.
Yeah, right.
All right, fellas. Everybody have a blessed Sunday and enjoy the games.
Brothers with opinions, big voice, no silence, revolution televised, ain't no good in private, not knowledge to the ignorant, ain't never been bliss, stand up and be heard, we the new activists, yeah, brothers with opinion, let the convo begin, you know communication key, but then you must comprehend, preach, B.W.O, let your voices be heard, we enlightened by the truth and now we spreading the word, let's go. How do we learn to live when we conditioned to die? Most people fail before they start because they don't ever try. Man, they told us we was worthless. We believed in the lie. We took it way too literal when Big said ready to die. You know the KKK turned the cops in disguise. Man, a lot done changed, but race still applies. 5-0, hands up, don't even ask why. Trayvon, Mike Brown, man, another mother's cry. Hey, B.W.O.